Bum 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. Bum 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 bum. All right, it's the 1 year anniversary. A year ago today, my ex girlfriend got married, and it became a huge inspiration for me. Let's back up a little bit. In 2016, I was dating a girl many years my junior. She was living with her parents, actually. And we had a falling out because that year I was getting ready to compete in the Computer Olympiad, writing AI for various computer games. And I was working at a technology startup, and then I would get myself lost in the computer games. And I was really late showing up to their home. And we had a huge argument. She thought I was cheating on her. And I told her I was, but with a computer game. And that upset her even more. I stormed out of her home, and I was so lost and confused that I got lost driving home to my apartment, and instead I ended up driving to uh, Ellensburg, Washington, if you could. But we lived in Seattle, and for some reason I got so lost that instead of driving 5 miles to my home within Seattle, I drove to Ellensburg. I'll let you Google the directions to see for yourself. When I got to Ellensburg, the skies were really dark, and you could see Jupiter, Saturn, you could see the Milky Way, and that was really nice to see. I did some Googling, and I learned that Jupiter and Saturn would come into conjunction 4 years later, 2020. And I remember thinking that would be a great time to propose to whoever, and probably not her, after we had just had that falling out. And the conjunction came in 2020, and I kind of did go there to propose, but not in the same way that, not in the traditional way. Let's put it that way. Anyway, 8 years later, well, before she got married, I often have dreams that predict the future. I haven't had contact with her for 7 years at this point. One night I dreamt about her. I dreamt that she was getting married, and I was really jealous. In real life, I hadn't thought about her for a while. I don't know why I would be jealous, but I was jealous about her getting married. And so I gave her a wedding gift. It was a radioactive crystal, and she took it home, and it was slowly killing her and her new husband, and they didn't know why. And I was watching this on my Facebook feed. They were talking about her husband having cancer, and why is she like tired all the time? And I was just having a good time watching that feed. Well, not long after that, and again, I haven't really thought about her for a long time. Not long after that, I was on my Facebook, and she has a very unique first name, so I recognized it. But she had been using a different last name, and I couldn't believe my eyes. And I opened it, and she had gotten married. And was I upset? No, but I I struggle a lot with prejudice for being single. Right? I only have one income to take care of everything. For example, 3 years ago when I was working at Washington Tech, I had a colleague who called me last minute. She had a home repair kind of emergency. It was wintertime, it was freezing. She called me at 7 a.m. I was living out of my car at the time. Seattle, Washington is expensive, right? And she called me at 7, 8 a.m., woke me up. I usually like to wake up at least when the sun is out so it's not freezing. She told me how she had a home repair emergency. Could I figure something out with her students? So I rushed to I had a gym membership. I rushed to the gym to take a shower so I could go there. And I had a good time with the students. It was only after class was dismissed that I thought to myself, gee, wait a minute. I'm living in my car helping a colleague who owns a $2 million home in Bellevue, Washington. Does that make sense at all? Now, would I do it? Sure, but at the same time, what about when I have struggles due to being single? What if a lot of times when I'm dating, a lot of times myself and whoever I'm dating, both of us have busy work lives. What if the only time I can schedule a date is I have to call off class? Would she help me in that direction? I mean, she might, but there's a little bit of a societal bias, right? They don't weigh the same, right? and that's what upset me more than anything else, right? And after seeing my ex-girlfriend get married, I kind of got jealous in that regard, and so that's when I really returned to the dating scene with a thrill. Now, even returning to the dating scene, I run into a lot of bias. You have to remember how much in rewards I had to give for my friends to set me up on blind dates. Now, was it worth it? Sure, but I did meet a number of people. I gained a lot of important skills, but I kind of mortgaged my future. I really could, right now I'm struggling myself. A lot of job insecurity. Where's the help in the other direction, right? But anyway, so it was a nice butterfly event, and it led to where I am today. Ironically, after she got married, I actually did give her a radioactive crystal. It was a few quintillion times weaker than what would be required to kill somebody. And instead, Donald Trump made it worth a lot more, too. So, all good now. This is the Peter Dislike Show, or Peter Like Show. Bum, 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. Bum, 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 bum.